What's up, everybody? Right now I am currently practicing for I'm going to Houston VGC regionals this weekend, and got a little team together. It's just something I've been really comfortable with the entire season. Venusaur. It actually is double mega for situations in which Charizard Y doesn't have a good matchup, but I think it's a decent team overall. I mean, Venusaur does well even without its item, so there's that, and Aegislash, there's really no cost to using it, so I want to go ahead and used it. My opponent looks like he has a pretty threatening team. Also double weather with Politoed, which is a nuisance, but Venusaur handles it very well. It's also got the Garchomp here, which can be sleep powdered. I'm a little bit worried about the Tyranitar though. That might actually be his Mega. So that's going to be a little bit of a problem with the Sandstorm going after my Mega Evolution. So I might just have to switch out and go for the Leaf Storm if that is the case. But my opponent's taking his time here. Yeah, we're just going to pause it until he makes a move or comes back. Alright, so my opponent never came back, he just timed out, so we're going to get another one. Alright, this guy has a pretty threatening team. He's at a Mega Kangaskhan, which luckily my Charizard Y is actually EV'd to survive Jolly Return. So I'm just going to lead out with the core, the Charizard Venusaur. Aegislash is pretty good in this matchup to deal with a Azumarill, Gardevoir, I guess Tyranitar to an extent. And I'm actually going to go ahead and bring my Mamoswine in the back and deal with these three Pokemon right here. Does decent damage to Gardevoir, doesn't get one-shotted by Kangaskhan since it is decently bulky, and right now I don't think I could have gotten a better lead matchup. I can just safely go for Heat Wave and a Sludge Bomb. Not even a problem. Gardevoir doesn't do... Oh, actually, what am I doing? Yeah, Azumarill doesn't do anything to either of my Pokemon. And I'm actually going to go for... See, I'm afraid he's going to switch out. I suspect this is like a Scarf Gardevoir that can do huge damage to my Venusaur, but I'm just going to go for the Sludge Bomb anyway. Nice and safe. See, he goes for Aqua Jet on my Charizard, doesn't do a lot, as he reveals the Life Orb. So that Gardevoir is definitely not Scarf, since both my Pokemon were able to outspeed it. Which I guess, I don't think it would have been able to OHKO my Venusaur, since I do run a lot of HP investment. So he's going to bring out the Garchomp here. Again, just making the safe plays, going for Sleep Powder and the Solar Beam. As I do land my Sleep Powder. And yeah, the Azumarill is just going to die. So I'm up to a very good lead, as he's going to bring out Kangaskhan now. And that's going to be a little bit problematic. I'm just going to go for the safe Overheat, and the I'm actually going to go for a Sleep Powder on the Kangaskhan. So he's going to go for Fake Out, not a problem. But the Garchomp does wake up. It's not a problem though, because I do have my a trusty Mamoswine, and I'm actually just going to go for a nice Ice Shard onto this Garchomp, and I'm going to switch into Aegislash right here, expecting the Protect. In a couple turns, Venusaur's not going to have a lot of use anyway, and he doesn't protect with Garchomp. Turns out to be a Focus Sash variant. Oh, that's going to be very bad for me if he went for Earthquake. That is unfortunate. It's actually pretty unfortunate. I'm going to go ahead and go for the... So I'm going to go for the Ice Shard again, as I can just go for Substitute with Aegislash. As unfortunately Kangaskhan stays asleep, he doesn't protect with Garchomp. I mean, I'm not sure if he had to attack, but if he had protected, then I would have just gotten the sub for free, since Kangaskhan can't do anything to my Aegislash bar Sucker Punch, and then I could have just brought in Venusaur and put it to sleep anyway. So the game was pretty much mine anyway, because I basically would have checkmated the Kangaskhan every single turn after that. If he had chosen to kill my Venusaur, I could have just knocked it out with a Flash Cannon and safely behind Substitute, and if he chose to kill my Aegislash, I would have just put to sleep and gone for a Leaf Storm. So I mean, there wasn't much he could have done there. The game was pretty much sealed up. as he does wake up with Kangaskhan and go for Sucker Punch on Mamoswine. And here it's pretty much checkmate because I'm just going to go for a safe Sludge Bomb. Go for Flash Cannon. Yeah, this Kangaskhan is going to be able to knock out my... it would be able to knock out Aegislash with a Sucker Punch, but it doesn't matter now. So yeah, that was a pretty good game. I'm a crap... Interesting name. I mean, nevertheless, like, it was a pretty well-built team. I just think he played a little bit too straight in that battle, and that's why he lost. But we're gonna get one more, and we'll pause as soon as we. Yeah, in VGC, I'm looking at my ranking here. 1465 elo. So I mean, we're not low on the ladder. My GXE could be better. It actually is better on my other account, but this one has the higher elo, so we're gonna get the better battles. That's why I'm using it. Alright, so this is the guy who timed out on us in the beginning. He's got a pretty threatening team, but I got a pretty good lead matchup. So I mean, I'm pretty much just free to Heat Wave, and I'm actually going to go for the Sleep Powder onto the Zapdos slot on whatever he wants to switch in. Probably the Tyranitar or the Politoed, as he does protect with the Ferrothorn. I'm going to get the Heat Wave off on the Zapdos, and I burn it too, which is actually pretty bad for me just because I can't, yeah, that's what I was, but he does go for the Light Screen, which is pretty interesting. I'm just going to go for the safe Overheat on Ferrothorn just in case he switches in Politoed or Tyranitar. I still get good damage off on it. And actually, I don't know what I want to do here. Yeah, I'm gonna go for Heat Wave on this. Yeah, I'm just gonna go for Heat Wave. There's no real point, and I'm just gonna go for the. I'm actually gonna double target this Ferrothorn slot with the Sleep Powder, as I predicted that switch into Tyranitar. So now he goes to sleep, and I get the Overheat off. Zapdos revealing the Roost. That's very interesting. But now I just get a nice and free switch into my. I can go into Mamoswine here. And I can just, I could pull a double switch here, actually. Double switch in VGC meaning a completely different thing than in singles. Yep, I think that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna switch on my Charizard for Mamoswine, so I can take care of these Zapdos, and then I can just, I can also set up a substitute. As he switches into Ferrothorn, this turn couldn't have gone better for me, to be honest. I'm just gonna go for Icicle Crash and the not the King Shield, the substitute to beat Ferrothorn 1v1. And I mean, Light Screen, that's a pretty interesting option on Zapdos, as he does reveal that he carries Politoed. I'm just gonna go for the safe substitute, and honestly, ooh, he made a bad play there. He should have just killed my Mamoswine right there. That would have been the better play for him, as now I'm just free to fire off Shadow Balls. I'm actually going to switch into Charizard just to minimize the damage from Scald, as I'm pretty sure I can survive, in the sun I can survive a water attack with my substitute, and I'm actually just going to go for the safe Shadow Ball onto the Politoed. Yeah, Aegislash behind the sub does a lot of work versus his team, especially because he revealed that he's not carrying Garchomp, as I do take the that quite well, but here I'm contemplating switching out Charizard yet again, predicting his Tyranitar, but I'm not sure. I can very well see Tyranitar just coming in right here, and I need this Charizard to deal with Ferrothorn. So I'm gonna make a gutsy move and switch in my Venusaur. And then I'm gonna go for the Flash Cannon onto, or he could just protect here, to be honest. But I don't want to be caught mid Solar Beam against this Ferrothorn. Okay, I know what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna go for a. I could just go for another substitute with Aegislash, but. Yeah, I don't really know. I think Venusaur is my best play, and then I can just go for. I'm gonna go for Shadow Ball on the Ferrothorn, on the Politoed slot. As he does switch out into Tyranitar, man. But I do get some valuable damage onto the Politoed, and I'm pretty sure I outspeed it, so I can just go ahead and could just go for Sludge Bomb, and then go for the Flash Cannon onto the Tyranitar slot. Hopefully it does not wake up this turn. I have to put pressure on this Tyranitar, that's the only way I can win with Charizard Y later. I have to kill one of the weather starters right here, right now. As he actually switches into his Ferrothorn. He stays asleep, so that much is good. I can just go for the nice and safe Leaf Storm as I substitute up again. So it's a good thing that I revealed that my Venusaur is faster than his Tyranitar. I mean, this is probably some kind of Life Orb variant. I can just go for another sub, really. As he goes, and he's the Mega Tyranitar, but I still outspeed him. And I just go for another substitute, as this Ferrothorn is honestly just helpless right here. And I think I have the game wrapped up because, you know, Zapdos can't really do much to me. Like here I can just freely switch into Mamoswine. Really nothing to fear. Yeah, because he does go into that Zapdos. Just gonna go into Mamoswine and, you know, just put up a King Shield. I don't care if Ferrothorn decides to Leech Seed me. Predicting the switch. He really should have attacked this Mamoswine earlier. I don't know why he did not do so. So for some reason he goes for the... Did he go for Leech Seed on the sub? Or did he go for Leech Seed on Mamoswine? I can't actually tell. But I'm at this range, Icicle Crash kills Politoed, and I can just fire off Shadow Balls against this Ferrothorn. Yeah, I think he might have misclicked. He used Leech Seed on the substitute as he switches into Politoed, not gonna matter. As I think I just now win with Charizard Y. I mean, how much health is it at? It's at 81. I think I should still live if this is like some kind of defensive Zapdos, since it did reveal Light Screen. Yeah, I think he meant to Leech Seed my Mamoswine on that turn. As he sends out Zapdos, and I really have nothing to lose by just I could even Ice Shard here, just in case he is faster. But what's he gonna hit me with? Yeah, I have nothing to lose by just going for... I'm actually just gonna fire off... I'm gonna double target it. Because I can one-shot the Ferrothorn with Charizard Y. And the game's pretty much sealed up. This is a good game. I don't agree with a lot of the plays he made, and he made that... he basically wasted a turn, misclicking and using Leech Seed on the substitute. Ultimately, it really didn't matter, as he makes the play and goes for Roost, so yeah, I was definitely right in going for the double target onto Zapdos. So he's just gonna go for the Gyro Ball. I'm just gonna switch in my Charizard Y directly. There is absolutely nothing he can do about it, and just fire off Shadow Balls with my Aegislash for the 4-0 win in my favor. As he forfeits, realizing that he can't do anything about it. I think I played that... Yeah, he wasn't that badly ranked. As I move into 1500 territory. I used to be in the... Yeah, I broke 1600 on this ladder once. I mean, that's still not... It's not an outlandish feat, but it did put me like in the top 20 on the ladder. But, you know, decay and tilt happens. I actually haven't played VGC in a while, but since my regionals are coming up, I thought I'd pull out the team again and practice with it. Yeah, good plays on my part in preserving the Charizard Y, knowing it was my ultimately my win condition against this Ferrothorn. Yeah, Mega Tyranitar, that's really interesting. I actually use Lumberry on mine to counter Rotom Heat, since it's pretty much the Venusaur counter. So I can use Will-O-Wisp. I mean, I can use Lumberry to avoid Will-O-Wisp and just set up on it and kill it with Rock Slide. But yeah, that's basically the team, how it works. And I'm going to go ahead and end this showdown live.